You just entered the Gotcha Zone. I line up to the start line and get ready to race with your host, Joe Britt. It's time for Gotcha Racing, live on KCAA 1050.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines and get ready for an action-packed, fun-filled hour of everything a motorhead ever loved or lived. Gotcha Racing with Joe Britt. Welcome to Gotcha Racing. This is Joe Britt. Hey there, race fans. Welcome to another edition of Gotcha Racing Live. Gotcha Racing TV. Okay. With your host, who is your host? I'm your host, Joe Britt, coming to you live in living color from Studio B in Rialto, broadcasting through KCAA Radio, which is an NBC affiliate, and I'll tell you how that goes. So we transmit from Rialto, which is Studio B. We Skype it over to Redlands, which is the headquarters for KCAA Radio. KCAA Radio is a affiliate of NBC, and we're on 3 stations simultaneously: 103.5, 102.3, 106.5, 1050 AM or AM dial. Okay, and that 1050 has been around for about 13 years, and it's still up and it's still functioning, and we are broadcasting live. Okay, and so what happens is it goes in this live broadcast you see from our Studio B. It gets streamed into 190 countries, and then they also have a podcast just in case you missed it. There's 2 different locations for podcasts. There's one on KCAA radio.com. Go to Saturday's lineup. Look for Gotcha Racing, look for Joe Britt, and then follow the crumbs to the podcast. And there's another one called Sketcher, I believe, that just popped up. I just got information on that, and it looks pretty good. I'm going to have to get back with you in this broadcast and give you where you can go and hear the podcasts that we've had and that we're doing currently, just in case you missed it. Okay. Let me give you my open like I always do. I'm kind of happy that this is my open, and I've had it for a couple of years now. I come to you a humble man that is a reflection of God's grace and greatness, a humble man that is standing on shoulders of ancestors. Hello, America. Look alive, California. Wake up, San Bernardino. Stand up, be counted, Inland Empire. For this is your host, Joe Britt, coming to you loud, clear, and strong from the desert to the sea, broadcasting on the powerful KCAA Radio by way of Studio B, which we are our studio here, and coming to you are great listeners and great viewers of Gotcha Racing TV, Gotcha Racing Live. Weather, weird. Okay, I don't know. You know, one day it's 71. We're on the West Coast. One day it's 75. The next day it has a blizzard. The day after that it's back to the 60s. The day after that it's back to the set. You know, it's all screwed up. When we were kids, it was pretty much seasonal. You know, when the rain gets here, the heat gets here, the fall gets here, winter gets here, and those trends are what you do follow. But not anymore. It's all topsy turvy. Anything could happen, and I do mean anything. It's almost like Back to the Future when McFly gets this news report and says, "Hey, the rain is going to stop at 3:45 today p.m." And voila, 3:45 p.m. it stops. So I don't know. Somebody, I'm a conspiracist, okay? So I'm always thinking somebody's manipulating the weather, you know, and it's always about greed, and that's just my way of thinking. Why would you manipulate the weather? Just leave it alone and don't mess up our ozone, you know? Just let us have some fun. But I don't know. People on the way top are kind of silly. Kind of silly. Okay. Great lineup we have today. Do a little house cleaning. Just in case you want to just listen to the broadcast, you could be in a cave somewhere, and it could be very difficult for you to listen on the internet. So go to your phone and put the digits in 720 835-3099. 720-835-3099. Now, you want to call into the studio and talk to me. You want to call into the studio and tell this great audience that we have what's going on in your neck of the woods as far as uh, you have an event coming up. You have a fundraiser coming up. If it's automotive related, we'll listen to you. Now, at the end of the show, meaning 10 minutes before we close the door and go about our business, we open to the community at large. Now, it can be anything from any kind of fundraiser, any kind of event. Just keep it short and sweet. Keep it under 2 minutes, and we'll be glad to help you out. Uh, okay. Uh, yeah, my engineer's telling me my mic's doing something crazy again for the second time. And anyway, we're gonna keep going. Okay, so we can be found on the internet under Gotcha Racing TV. We have a website, gotcharacingtv.com or gotcharacing.com. Uh,
Why are you listening to this radio station? Why? When you can host your own radio show. You're listening and you think you can do better? You have a message or a product you want everyone to know about. Host your own radio show. Team up with the area's best radio professionals and let them make you sound like you should be on NBC. KCAA NBC Radio, that is. KCAA produces more than 50 local programs each week on subjects ranging from business and sports to political talk, vegan diets, or even marijuana-related issues. We don't just broadcast on the radio, we broadcast to the world. Online, on TV, on social media, on Facebook. You'll be all over. Imagine what your friends will say. And KCAA reaches over 5 million people on 3 radio stations. Join the staff on 1050 AM, 102.3 FM, and 106.5 FM. NBC Radio. Jump on the KCAA Express. Call 909-793-1065. That's 909-793-1065. And get ready to transmit.
all right. So we can get those bugs out of the system. Okay, so we're back on the saddle, and I don't know. We just got bugs, man. I wish I had some raid or something. So I'm looking at my board and trying to listening to my my engineer. And anyway, let's continue. Okay, so we can be found on Facebook. We have a website, Gotcha Racing TV, gotcharacing.com, and go ahead and post your photos. Post your photos on there, and if you have any models or so, put the pictures on there if you want. If you have up and coming new models, folks, you can post it on there. We have a lot of information on there that needs to be. Well, of course, we'll be updating. Man, it's just busy. Okay, you want to reach out to us? It's grtv.media@gmail.com. grtv.media@gmail.com. Okay. So getting back to our weather, it's in Southern California today. Today, it's not bad. Yesterday, not bad. Tomorrow, it's going to rain. I tell you, and a lot of people have different events that are going on tomorrow, and we wish you the best. Okay. So, last week I was giving you information about the new laws in California, and I got a lot of emails on that. People are quite upset about that, but hey, I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot me. So I'm just going to repeat it real quick for some folks that are just tuning in and didn't get that broadcast last week. So, California, DMV, 2019 laws. Okay. If you don't carry a driver's license, you get caught, it's $250. After 6 days, without a change of address, and you get caught, $230. Driving without insurance, you cause an accident, $5,000, and your license suspended for 5 years. Driving through a red light, like a lot of you do, a lot of you do, it's $900. Crossing two solid yellow lines, $500. U-turn or a turn violation, $350. California's hungry right now. They want to get cash, right? Speeding from 1 to 15 miles over the posted uh, speed limit, 250. Here goes another one. Speeding from 16 to 25 over the posted speed limit, $450. Driving too slow, $399. Okay. Failed to stop at a stop sign. A lot of you like this, $270. Passing a school bus when the lights are flashing, $885. Okay, here's the clutcher. Holding a cell phone or using a phone while driving, your first time event is $1,000, and your license will be suspended for 3 years. Okay, so if my license is suspended for 3 years and I have to get to work, I'm going to use my same vehicle. This is just a thinking of some folks, okay? And if I get caught, it says, I'll go back to the top. You're not carrying a driver's license with you? $250. All right? Oh, man, they got you. They got you by the cojones. Parking in a bus zone, $900. Failed to. Now, this is funny. Okay, listen. Failed to turn the lights on 30 minutes before dark. Let me repeat that because this is the silliest thing I've ever heard. Failed to turn your lights on 30 minutes before dark. No kidding. So now I'm going to have my car to be programmed if I have a computer set up in there somehow, or my watch or my cell phone to tell me, hey, it's time to turn your lights on 30 minutes before it gets dark. 30 minutes. So I don't know how they're gonna do that. You know, it's anyway. It's $200. Okay, if you got tinted windows on your door glass, meaning the driver and the passenger, it's $199. Now the funny thing about that is, I've seen some cop cars you can't see through. Okay, I've even seen police officers that are on their cell phone, not on their mics, but on their cell phone, right? And I guess they're all exempt. I tell you, it's a weird world that we do live in. Okay, failing to wear a seatbelt, if you get caught, $200. Children not wearing seatbelts are in accordance with Highway Traffic Act, $599. Hell, you might as well say $600. A carpool lane violation, $505. So, you know, let's say you're driving, carpool lane is wide open, traffic bump, and you just, I'll try to talk loud, Joe. You're just, it's itching to get over. You got some place to get caught. It's $505, right? All that money is coming out of your pocket. It's going directly to California. So you can get caught if you want to. It doesn't help. Well, we just got to go. You can get caught if you want to. If you do, it's on you. I got a couple of videos that I want to put on you guys. Hopefully, we might have the correspondence calling in. Until then, let me give this information. We're part of the NHRA. Part of the NHRA. We'll be filming and doing our coverage for the NHRA. So last weekend, May 3rd, 5th, they were in Atlanta, okay? They were in the Atlanta drive, and anyhow, so results were this: Steve Torrance, which we've interviewed on the show before, top 4, Ron Capps, 20 car. These are all winners, okay? Andrew Hines, pro stock motorcycle. Greg Brugos, competition eliminated. Aaron Stanfield, superstar. Chip Johnson, stock eliminated. Turin Cressini, superstar. Jim Perry, super guys. Clint Riley, top direction. And Mike Casalina, pro mod. A lot of these guys have been on the show. We have gone out to the NHRA for media days, and we have gotten their interviews that turned out pretty well. Okay, we're at the bottom of the hour. Joe, let's take a commercial break, and folks will be right back. Got some great videos for you to listen to me out in the field, and we can go from there. Now, folks, before we go, if you want to see these interviews live, go to KCAA radio.com. Right? See you live.
Why are you listening to this radio station? Why? When you can host your own radio show. You're listening and you think you can do better? You have a message or a product you want everyone to know about. Host your own radio show. Team up with the area's best radio professionals and let them make you sound like you should be on NBC. KCAA NBC Radio, that is. KCAA produces more than 50 local programs each week on subjects ranging from business and sports to political talk, vegan diets, or even marijuana-related issues. We don't just broadcast on the radio, we broadcast to the world. Online, on TV, on social media, on Facebook. You'll be all over. Imagine what your friends will say. And KCAA reaches over 5 million people on 3 radio stations. Join the staff on 1050 AM, 102.3 FM, and 106.5 FM. NBC Radio. Jump on the KCAA Express. Call 909-793-1065. That's 909-793-1065. And get ready to transmit.
Hey. Okay, so we are back live in studio broadcasting to headquarters in Redlands, California, which is not Gotcha Racing, it's KCAA, and this is Joe Britt. You're listening to live Gotcha Racing TV, Gotcha Racing live, Gotcha Racing TV. Now, two. Make a distinction of the two. We started Gotcha Racing TV back in Oklahoma, and we're at different tracks and different events, and we put on a 30-minute program, and those were in Europe for 3 years. And so we did that, and everything worked out well, and now we're here. So, without further ado, we have I'm out in the field a lot. So I did some interviewing with the kart racing, LA kart racing. And I love the kart racing. Inch off the ground, about 65 miles an hour. And I tell you, it's the greatest thing to see on a local level. So without further ado, let's go ahead and put that video in the karts. And folks, here we
Okay, folks, this is Joe Britt, Gotcha Racing Live, Gotcha Racing TV. You know what? I'm like that old junkyard dog. I'm going to sniff out and I'm going to find this guy who won that last heat, okay? And I did. He's right here. Brother, how you doing?
Doing amazing, sir. Thank you.
You had one hell of a run, man. I saw you. And I counted, and close to the finish, you had about a 2.5, 3 second gap between number 2. Hold on a minute. Okay, as I'm saying, you had a gap between 3 and 2.5 to 3 seconds. I know you put a move on that guy. How'd that feel?
It felt great. Right from the start, I slipped the tires a little bit. He got by me. I just had to be smart, see an opening. He actually revealed himself too soon at the end of the first lap, last corner. I stuck it in and just kind of held it from there.
So now, you've been doing this how long?
15 years.
Really? So you married?
I'm about to be in June 1st.
Well, good for you. Congratulations, man. Is she a race enthusiast?
She is. She's my biggest fan. You know, baby.
So you had to put that shout out, guys. Okay. Give me your name and your team and the team.
My name is Slava Prihodko, and I'm racing for Kimberly Williams Racing.
Okay. Now, you're from California?
Yes, sir. Lake Balboa, California.
Lake Balboa. How often do you get a chance to race your vehicle?
I try to do it once a month.
Okay. What type of, without having to kill me for secrets, you got any special modifications on your cart that makes you go that fast?
Not on the car, right outside of the car. I have the best modification. My mechanic, Igor Perhodko, my father.
Oh, so it's a family event.
It's a family event.
Oh, that's cool, man.
The day prior, I was practicing with my 6-year-old brother. We're just getting him into it.
Really?
Yes, sir.
So he's training where?
He's training right here.
With you?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's wonderful. So, but he's in a smaller cart, of course, right?
Much smaller, yeah.
Wow. That is so cool, man. A family event. And your dad, your brother, what about your mom? She doing it too?
No, my mom, she's taking care of the house, but she does come out from time to time.
Okay. Well, you know what, man? I really appreciate you giving us 2 or 3 minutes of your time. And I know you have the main event's coming up, right?
Yes, sir.
What time is that?
I believe it's about 3:50.
Okay, so now that you won this event, number 1, what does it put you at?
I only smell first place now, and anything else should be disappointed, sir.
Hey, he's spoken like a true winner and a true champion. Now we're in Fontana, California. What's next for you, man?
The trophy and a nice bath home. Just get all the stink off, you know what I mean?
Well, I'm not going to smell you, man. I'll take your word for it, Jim.
Yes,
all right.
sir.
Okay, we're with the champion here who just won that heat. This is Joe Britt, Gotcha Racing Live, Gotcha Racing TV. Wait, hold on a minute. So where can they see you and this particular cart? You got an Instagram or Facebook?
Instagram at Slavka46. That's at SLAVKA 46. And catch me every month. You'll see some nice stories on there.
Appreciate your time, dude.
Of course, Joe. Thank you.
Take care of yourself.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Folks, that's a true champion here. You know, look for him at the end of the day to be in the winner's circle. This is Joe Britt. We're at the track on the west side of KCAA Auto Speedway. Gotcha Racing Live, Gotcha Racing TV. We'll be right back. Okay, folks, this is Joe Britt, Gotcha Racing. Hey, folks, you know, I said I was going to walk out of here and not try to stop, but, you know, if I find something that is a diamond in the rough, and I think I found a couple of them, I just had to stop. And this will be my last interview of the day for Gotcha Racing Live here at Anaheim. You know what? I'm talking to a fellow named Joe. He has a 1955 Keeper. Oh, I'm sorry, 1956. But nevertheless, let him tell you the story. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, Joe, and it's nice to meet you and know that there's interest in these wonderful cars that only lasted in production for 3 years, 1955, 1956, and 1957. Now the 1955 came out and it looked very much the same as this car, except that it didn't have this Continental kit on the back. And people, they had the spare tire in the trunk, normal place, but people complained because they couldn't get 2 sets of golf clubs in there. So they moved the tire out, and then they got thinking that maybe what they need to do is make their cars a little bit longer, put the spare tire back in for 57. So they cut the production on these shorter, and they made the 57, which is a little bit longer. It has fins on the outside, in the back. Whereas the back of the 56 is the same as the 55.
Okay, hold on. Folks, normally I'm not going to do this. Normally I don't do this, but I got to. As Joe is talking, my name is Joe too. As he's talking, I got to show you what he's talking about, all right? So, you know I don't let people get my mic, but I got to, because I can't do 5 things at one time. So I'm going to turn the camera around. You guys be patient. Turn the camera around. Come on. Work with me. She doesn't want to turn around. Okay. Joe?
Yes.
You can hold my mic. Okay. You're special because I don't let no one hold my mic. All right, so tell me about the Continental kit and the whole shop.
Well, here's the Continental kit mounted on the back. That's a very attractive looking feature of the car. Whereas opposed, if you can show the 57, the spare tire is back inside the trunk. And that car is just a little bit longer than this one. So these cars were only made for 3 years. And part of the reason was that they didn't sell as well as Ford people thought they would. And at that time, a gentleman by the name of Robert McNamara was president of Ford. And he believed that the best way to sell a lot of these cars was to put a back seat in them. So they discontinued after 57, the small birds, these what we call the baby birds, and we call our club the early birds. And then the 58s from then on had the back seat put into them. Now, the car had a wonderful beginning, but when they got into the racing, it was a very interesting thing because the car also had a lot of safety features built into it. Some of those safety features were like the deep dish steering wheel, so that if you were, so people said, wait a minute, we're selling a car with a lot of safety features, and they were putting racing engines in it? That doesn't make sense at all. So they got out of the racing business against the Corvette and decided to just make it a gentleman's luxury car, and that's what it's turned out to be.
If they only knew. If they had a Ouija board, if they had some kind of a crystal ball with the Ouija board attached to it to tell what these are going to turn into, they probably would have kept that going a little longer.
Well, it turned out Mr. McNamara, was the Secretary of Defense during the Vietnam War, controversial figure, but he was a very smart man. He was absolutely right. When they went to the back seat, they sold a lot more. But in 55, 56, and 57, these cars were featured in the showrooms. It brought in people into the showrooms. And one of the stipulations he made in manufacturing this car is he wanted as many features of the car on the Thunderbirds to be also taken, the same ones that are used on the standard Fords. So if you look, the taillights on a regular Ford and the headlights, for example, are the easiest things to spot. They're the same whether you're on a Thunderbird or a regular Ford.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was trying to save money, but it didn't turn out that there were that many things because the body style was quite a bit different.
I've always been into 64s. I've had 3 of them. But I've always wanted a 55, either one of these. And I didn't know the difference between the 55s and the 56s. Now I do.
Yep.
Yeah, now I do. Okay. On the retail market, if you could get one of these from somebody, prime out of their hands, what kind of ticket value are we looking at?
Well, they depend a lot on what they have. For example, Bill's car, the 57, with the big engine in it, they are well above 80,000 for more, maybe 100,000, maybe more. These, my car, maybe go for 30 to 50,000 in that range. 55s go a little bit cheaper, 20 to 35 or so. The 55s had, for example, 6-volt systems. The 56 is going to the 12-volt system. But a lot of 55s that you buy today have already been converted to 12 volts. So it's little things like that you have to look for and know about. But if somebody was interested in buying a Thunderbird, join a Thunderbird club. They're all over the United States. And there's a lot of members that will help each other get a new member and help them buy a car. We're very collegial in that matter.
Great. Families need to stick together. Now tell me this.
Incidentally, you'll find these cars overseas. You'll find them in almost every continent. We traveled to Norway. We knew we were going there. We called the Norway Club, and they met us at the dock.
Really?
Same thing happens in Australia. Same thing happens in Sweden and Germany. So the clubs are all over there.
Your club, the Baby Birds, you have a website or something?
Well, we have a parent organization called CTCI and International. And so that's what keeps us all joined together as various clubs. Our club happens to be located with members from Glendale, California, all the way down to Riverside.
A word or what? So? Okay. All right, folks. So we're back in the saddle, and that was our T-Bird. It wasn't our karting; it was a T-Bird, as you heard. And those are very, very cool cars. We've owned 3 of them, and we've enjoyed them. Okay, so we are self-promoting, and we are funding ourselves. We have hats on sale now. Okay, the hats are like the one I'm wearing, and it has our logo. You see that? Gotcha Racing with the United States flag on it, and we are selling those. You can go to If you are interested in the hat, drop me an email. The hats are $25 with shipping, and tax are included. And the shipping and tax are included. And it's $25. So if you want one, we're selling them. And then the shirts, we're having some shirts made up, designs of different cars with the Gotcha Racing logo all plastered over the front, and some cute girls on the front of the shirt. So we're trying to sell those too, and you'll see those pretty soon. We're also, personally, I have a Jeep Cherokee, a red Jeep Cherokee that if you followed me last year, I did a lot of work on it, engine work, and right now we need to sell it. It's a 96 Cherokee 4-door. It's red with a 3-inch lift on it. I'm running 33-inch tires on it with a 17-inch rim, and it's an automatic. And it's a 2x. It's not a 4x. It's a 2x. So we're trying to sell that, and it's registered to September. All right, and it's drivable. You can drive it home. Anyway, $2,000 for that, our best offer. And you can get with me on that through grtv.media@gmail.com. Or if you are looking at the screen, let me put the number up here. Okay, that number, no, it's a studio number. Anyway, my number is 951-204-4013, 951-204-4013, and that is if you are interested in a Jeep Cherokee that we did work on. We are selling it right now. We are trying to accumulate some mass funds. We have a lot of things to do, and we are growing here at Gotcha Racing. Okay, what else we got going on? Okay, so we were going to have one of our correspondents calling in. It's the bottom of the hour. You've heard one of the shows already. Let's see what we got on tap. Other than that, okay. I tell you what. So, Mr. Engineer Joe, if you can put on the LA karting video, I would appreciate it. Now, first, let me tell you what's going on with this. This is one of the events, the local events that we will probably be carrying on the show a lot. We'll be talking to the part of the business, and hopefully we can get out there and get some video coverage. Of the event and bring it to you live and personal. And if it's not live, it'll be live taped. I heard that, live taped. Okay. But we're broadcasting every Saturday at 12. So it all depends on how their schedule is. They're out on a Saturday. But within an hour, bring some coverage of LA karting. Now, this interview that we do have coming up, we want to go ahead and put the LA karting video on Jim, and it's an interview that took with the local champions that were at the AAA Auto Speedway on the side of the track. So if you can load that up, Jim, appreciate it. Let it run. It would be in the email that I sent. We're talking about engineer folks. Let's go take a commercial break, and we'll get back. Hopefully, we can put that up. So, Joe, commercial break plan is about to be hours. Joe Britt, live from.
Why are you listening to this radio station? Why? When you can host your own radio show. You're listening and you think you can do better? You have a message or a product you want everyone to know about. Host your own radio show. Team up with the area's best radio professionals and let them make you sound like you should be on NBC. KCAA NBC Radio, that is. KCAA produces more than 50 local programs each week on subjects ranging from business and sports to political talk, vegan diets, or even marijuana-related issues. We don't just broadcast on the radio, we broadcast to the world. Online, on TV, on social media, on Facebook. You'll be all over. Imagine what your friends will say. And KCAA reaches over 5 million people on 3 radio stations. Join the staff on 1050 AM, 102.3 FM, and 106.5 FM. NBC Radio. Jump on the KCAA Express. Call 909-793-1065. That's 909-793-1065 and get ready to transmit.
In Alta, California, and then we are broadcasting through an NBC affiliate, which is KCAA.com, and we are here on Saturday mornings, I should say noon, and we broadcast for an hour. We try to give you the best information that we possibly can as far as who's racing, where there's racing going on this weekend. There's something going on every weekend at the AAA Auto Speedway, or AAA Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. Those guys are extremely busy. Need to check out their schedule. Just go to AAAAutospeedway.com and see what they're doing this weekend. You won't be disappointed because those guys are, I tell you, they're back to back. And then the other track that we go to a lot, which is Irwindale. That's a little ways from us, but nevertheless, about 40 minutes, 30 minutes away from us. They're always doing something on Saturdays with the NHRA, round in circles, all that left turn and whatnot. And the youngsters go there. You find them as low as 7, and as young as 60. So those guys are really putting on a heck of a show there in Irwindale, and we're kind of happy that it's been going on. All right, so without further ado, we the Fords only, Fabulous Fords. It was a couple of weeks back, and we were there, and I tell you what happened. We got there kind of late, but nevertheless, I got some great interviews, and I'm gonna do that from now on because I had too many people. They get around you, and it's too much noise. But got some great interviews from the Fords only. Now, this was a year ago, okay? We were there a couple of weeks back, which I'll be bringing those videos to you, but this is a year ago. So, Joe, let's go ahead and, run that footage of that Cobra.
Okay, Facebook fans. Hey, this is Gotcha Racing. Gotcha Racing Live and Gotcha Racing TV coming to you from Buena Park. We're at, you know where we are. We've been running my mouth all morning. But Knoxbury Farm is right next door. We're in the grounds of Knoxbury Farm, and we're at the Fabulous Ford, where all the ponies are, where all the Mustangs are, where all the Fords are. And I happened to come across this company. In the back, you see it? See the name? Now, we interviewed the owner about 2 years ago, but nevertheless, see all the Cobras there? Okay, so now I have the primary in front of me, and we're just going to talk shop for half a second, and he's going to let you give you an insight of the company. Brother, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. So, the obvious question is, what brings you here to Buena Park?
Well, we're based in Irvine, California. That's where our headquarters is for Super Performance, Shelby Legendary cars. And as representing ourselves here today, Hillbank, which is actually our dealer site. That's our dealer arm, our retailer arm is Hillbank. And we're in Irvine, so it's our backyard. We have to represent,
Now, most Shelbys, most Cobras that are replicas on the market are fiberglass.
Correct.
And I was looking through one of your books there, and I saw metal, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So we actually, we've been doing fiberglass now since about 1992. So we've been doing fiberglass cars for a long time. That's our bread and butter. And actually, I'll show you guys in a little bit. We have one here that's from 1996. So it's our 113th car that we built. And fiberglass has been what we're doing all this time. And our fiberglass isn't like really your backyard fiberglass. So it's actually a vinyl ester composite. So our fiberglass is very straight. It doesn't wave. All of our fit and finish and our gaps are second to none. I always tell people they can actually go on YouTube and actually look up Discovery Channel's How It's Made Dream Cars, and they did 2 segments on our show in our factory, one for our GD40 and one for our Cobra. There's nobody else in the industry that had any kind of press like that.
Hold on a minute, man. So if you got on Discovery and they used you, you got the real deal.
Oh, we're the real deal. We're it. Yeah. So even right now, you can get a car from Shelby American, and we're actually handling all distribution for that now as Shelby Legendary Cars. We also handle manufacturing. So like you said, we not only do fiberglass, but we actually do aluminum, and we're just coming out with carbon fiber as well. Full carbon fiber cars.
Really?
Absolutely.
When does it start?
It's actually, you can get them today, but they're pretty much in pre-production right now. So, but like we're actually gonna have, you can do a GD40 carbon fiber. So.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. Give me a small tour, because I know we're both busy, and you got a ton of people that are waiting on you. Give us a small tour of what we're looking at on this side. I'm going to turn the camera around, so folks, you're at home perusing this, you can see what he's talking about. So hold on a minute, let me turn this around. What do you want to start?
So we'll start over here on the right. So what you see over here, I always like to show people this as well. This car from right here is from 1996. This is our 113th car that we ever built. Currently, as we go down to the left, you'll see a silver car. That's chassis number 1390. Then you'll see chassis number 3052, 3290, and even 3215. As far as replicas and continuation cars, everything we do is all licensed. Our Cobras that you see over here are Superformance brand, but they're licensed by Shelby American or Shelby Licensing. And then we also, if you go down that way, you'll see that the Guardsman Blue car, the Roadster.
Let's take a walk that way.
That Roadster 427 car is actually a CSX 6000. So that is going to be a continuation series from Shelby American that we're partnered with in the manufacturing and then in the distribution as well. So in a completely different cars. So if you look at the Superformance car, it's going to be a square tube frame. It's going to be a ladder style construction with front and rear crumple zones that are actually strong enough to be homologated in multiple countries such as Japan and also in Australia. But then the blue car you see here is actually built to Shelby spec of 1965. So it's going to be round tube frame. We actually do the 4-inch main rails just like the cars were, but we do them reinforced. So they're a little bit stronger than they were original factory. And then this one's fiberglass, and we do offer aluminum cars as well, as we stated.
But tell me something. You know, I know there's a loophole in the industry.
Yeah.
Let me get this camera turned around. When you sell your cars or your Cobras, you sell with the powertrain outside of the car. There we go.
So we actually, what that means is we actually sell what's called a turnkey minus. So for homologation in the U.S. or for like legality in the U.S., what we have to do is we sell them without an engine or transmission, but with the differential, with the brakes, with the wheels and tires, interior completely in the car, all the gauges ran, all the power's already ran. So when you put a battery in the car and I push you downhill and you hit the brakes, the car stops, the brake lights turn on, everything works. But it just doesn't have an engine or a transmission. So that's how we have to supply them. But then you finish it yourself, or you have an installer finish the engine for you. So.
Now, in California, if someone were to buy your complete package, complete, and they don't know a screwdriver from a 916, okay, you have special places for them to go to?
Well, yeah, you can go to any local speed shop. One of the beautiful things about the Cobras is that it's all nut and bolt. You know what I mean? So what that means is that everything's really simple. Nothing's proprietary on the car. So as long as you have someone that can work on like a hot rod or a roadster, we always tell people, hey, you can get your oil changed at Jiffy Lube. It's this standard 1030, nothing crazy about it. All the engines are old push rod design. And then we also have people locally too. So we have people in Northern California. We have multiple locations here in Orange County. We can also set up with somebody in LA County or San Diego as well. So.
I got you. So for the listeners that are watching this on Facebook and that will be listening on my station, 106.5, 102.3, and 1050 AM. How can they contact you?
Well, you can actually contact us. If you want to come by our shop, I would recommend that. And that's going to be at 1 Watney, Irvine, California, 92618. You can also jump on our website, either superformance.com, ShelbyLegendaryCars.com, or HillbankUSA.com. That's our retail site where you'll see all the cars that we have in stock. And then other than that, our phone number is 949-900-1960, and that's our general line.
You know what? I saw you sitting over there, and you were kind of hesitant at getting on with me, man. But you know everything about these particular vehicles, dude. So I'm talking to the right guy.
Definitely, I would say so.
Now, you said you had, 19 years of this?
Oh, no, I started when I was 19. I've been here for 12 years, so do the math.
Good enough. Well, I want to thank you for your time. And, dude, you got you have beautiful representation of what the corporate came out.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right, have a good one.
We shake his hand here. All right, take care, buddy.
All right, take care.
Okay, so we're back. I was checking the schedule for California Speedway. And let's see something here. Okay, the Speedway which is our home track, and we like it a lot, and they've given us a lot of love. The Speedway in Fontana, and we're kind of very happy that we are associated with the Speedway as far as we're going with our cameras and our crew, and they haven't let us down yet. And I tell you what, so if any chance it's available, we are promoting the track in Fontana, and from NASCAR to drag racing to GT racing. We just have a great time at that particular track, which is not that far. Now, on a good evening, we can. It's to the west of the studio here, and we can hear the cars. It's not that. It's about maybe 6 miles away from us, so it's that loud, and there's nothing like that noise, and there's nothing like smelling that alcohol being burned. And the visual, there's nothing like it. That's if you are a motorhead like we are. We love the different tracks that we go to. And so we want to continue them to be strong as possible. That's why we're putting a plug in for track in Montana, which is AAA Auto Club Speedway. It used to be called California Speedway. And it's been around here for about 21 years now. We're happy about it. We saw it go up. And the president, Dave, I tell you, he's a real classy guy. And I'm not gonna say he's younger than I am, but I tell you what, he really has his marketing down for that particular track, and he gives the media a lot of love. And we said, there's a box that we have to be in when we go to the track. We can't be doing anything stupid like get on a hot track and get hit, or getting a situation where these guys have proprietary secrets on a particular car. We cannot shoot that. But, I've been in the game a long time, so I know what to do and what not to do. And we don't like to get caught up in that particular environment. And then what they also let us do at Gotcha Racing is take control of their media studio. We are there. Let's say we have a couple of big-time track stars, and we are at their location. We have a media room, which has been redesigned. They let us come in with our camera and our crew and set up a real great shot, visually and audio-wise. And then we stream that. And I tell you what, there's nothing like California. Well, not California Speedway, but the AAA Auto Club Speedway I've come across in a long time. There are about 58 tracks in California, from the southern tip to the northern tip, all in between. There's a new track that just popped up in Bakersfield, not too far from Buttonwillow, and we haven't gone there yet, but it's a small oval track, NASCAR small oval track. Those guys they're probably doing their legends, something like that, running that particular track. We haven't gone there yet. We've passed it a couple of times going via northbound 5, passing through Buttonwillow. And I tell you, we will probably, next time we're up there, I'll probably stop and get some information who the owner is of the track and see if we can get full credentials to do what we need to do at that particular track. The other track that we like going to is a small one. Is in Madera, California, and they do some fantastic stuff during the weekends also. And I tell you, if we can get our cameras there, we can't be everywhere at the same time. Even though we have our nice facility truck, Big Bertha, we got online. We bought another mobile truck that we're going to use for transportation, transport people from here and there. We're turning into a media center inside. We're working on now, and we're doing what we can do on this level without having to go into a tremendous amount of debt. Right? That debt will kill you, especially if you have a true source of income on a regular basis coming in. And we're working on it. We are definitely working on it. We're coming up pretty soon. They might just turn the tables for us here at Your Racing, and we're kind of happy about that. But until then, we're selling our, and this is not a shameless plug, we're selling these hats. Okay, help us help you give you help us help you bring some fantastic drivers team your way, so you can hear all the business that you can have. Okay, my engineer tells me let's go to a break real quick. We're almost at the top of the hour. Right? See what you got. Just go to a break. Right back.
Why are you listening to this radio station? Why? When you can host your own radio show. You're listening and you think you can do better? You have a message or a product you want everyone to know about. Host your own radio show. Team up with the area's best radio professionals and let them make you sound like you should be on NBC. KCAA NBC Radio, that is. KCAA produces more than 50 local programs each week on subjects ranging from business and sports to political talk, vegan diets, or even marijuana-related issues. We don't just broadcast on the radio, we broadcast to the world. Online, on TV, on social media, on Facebook. You'll be all over. Imagine what your friends will say. And KCAA reaches over 5 million people on 3 radio stations. Join the staff on 1050 AM, 102.3 FM, and 106.5 FM. NBC Radio. Jump on the KCAA Express. Call 909-793-1065. That's 909-793-1065. And get ready to transmit.
Okay. Well, folks, we have a couple of minutes left in the program, and we appreciate all you guys hanging tough with us. We're working out some bug issues on this end, and we have to find the bugs and smash them, and go from there. It's weird. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I'm gonna have to go back to the podcast and listen to what my engineer is hearing. Because I don't, all my numbers are good on this end. But until then, I want you to enjoy your Saturday. Be safe. Don't do anything crazy. Have a good time. And hopefully we'll be back next week with another show, another edition of Gotcha Racing Live, Gotcha Racing TV. And let's see if we can work these bugs out. Until then, you guys take care. Go ahead, Joe, and just put us in fantasy land.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3 FM.